Alright, welcome guys. This part here will pretty much finish off all the modelling on the dome, and that'll just leave us the materials to do, which I might do a materials tutorial towards the end of this whole project. Depends how motivated I am really. I'm sure you can make your own metal material, or at least track them down somewhere. There's lots of free materials available on the web if you search around. So what we're going to do now is put in these couple of vents that are on the front, and this little button that's down here that lights up. I'm not going to bother about lighting it. At this stage, if we get a request for a tutorial, I can do a light tutorial to show you how to light up a button. It goes red and green and such when he talks, otherwise it just sits here and looks grey. Let's get on to this. There's a couple of vents in the front of here. Let's find a reference image and show you. I've hunted down a few reference images for the detailing. So those two vents there we're doing. They're not particularly big, flash, or exciting, so I'll do that quickly here. So just make a copy of your dome now and drop that into your backups just in case you mess something up. And now that we've got it mostly complete, that would be a horrible waste, so we'll drag that down into the backups. You should be probably backing things up as you go along. I always mean to and never quite get there. So let's start on our dome. We're going to make a polygon selection. I've got a funny shaped one here. If you're lucky, you'll have one that's 4 across or 2 across, and you can make these vents easily. I'll just make it out of these two here and those two there. This will be nothing new to you. We've done this before. Let's extrude inner. Not sure of the offset. 7.5 looks good. From here we just extrude that backwards. -15, how does that look? Oh, that looks alright. And we'll just set this selection set here with black. So selection, set selection wherever that's gone, down the bottom somewhere. Vent back. And of course drag your black material up and your selection set down. And if we grow this selection a couple of times, that's U and Y, U and Y. And we can delete those 4 polygons in the middle. We can set that with a white material, which we've also got. Set selection, vents around white. So we can drag that onto our dome and that selection down. And now we just need to create the vent under it. So we're back on our dome and we'll select that polygon, that polygon, that polygon, that polygon. Right click extrude in, it saves your settings from the last time you used the tool, so you can apply that. Right click extrude, add apply, and set your polygon selection. Oops. Vent back. Stick with black. And of course do this round as well, so that's grow, grow. And we'll delete that one, that one, that one, and that one. And set your selection. Whites around and drag your white up to there. Last thing we're going to do is create a button here. Just look at the reference image, I'm talking about that bit there. That's not particularly hard or challenging to do. I'll show you the easy way to get a circle if you're ever wanting to stick a circle on something. Objects, primitive, sphere. If we move this up and look at it from the top, we'll actually grab the first 2 rows. That'll give it a slight bit of depth. You can see the spheres shape that way. So we'll select the first 2 rows of polygons on here. If we make it editable, so all those and all those, and then we can select the inverse and delete. Oops, I'll take out that one there. As you can see, my selection wasn't particularly good. And delete those, and that leaves us with a little button. Just want to chuck him on the right axis, which is 90 degrees that way, if we get the model tool. And it's just a matter of getting him down there. I'm not sure of the size of this. Looks a little too large at the moment, but we can just use the scale tool to bring that down. There we go, and that's going to come up and sit on that blue panel. Out there, of course, the sphere we're putting it onto is rounded, so that means you may have to tweak the angles a little to get it looking as though it's flush against it. But it's no big hassle really, it's such a minor little thing, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Spend more than 2 minutes on it, I think you've wasted your time. That's looking okay as it is. And so that's pretty much all the detailing on the dome done. Give that a quick render. And you should have something roughly approximating that. Next we'll be on to the body. And start with these blue panels across here, I suppose, and from there we'll be able to size up the rest of these panels and where they're going to go. So stick around, we'll get into this later.